Congratulations on being elected President of the United States of America. You are a great friend of Israel. Over the years, you've expressed your support consistently, and I deeply appreciate it. I look forward to working with you to advance security, prosperity, and peace.
Well, you know, you have to say that was a heartfelt congratulations from Mr. Netanyahu to Donald Trump, congratulating his win in the election. Who's with us now? I'll tell you, David Rubin is back. He's the former mayor of Shiloh in Israel, and he joins us again in New York this morning. There is a divide, isn't there, between Jewish people in America and Israelis. Why this intense divide?
Well, there's always been that problem, Stuart, and it has to do with the fact that Israelis are concerned about Israel. They're specifically concerned about Israel, whereas, and it's a life and death matter. You know, we're confronted with Islamic terrorism all the time.
Now, were Israelis all in favor of Donald Trump? He was the candidate they wanted to win. Is that accurate?
A very clear majority, yes.
So why did 68% of Jewish people in America vote for Hillary Clinton? Is it just because Israel is not a priority?
Well, that's right. The priority of a majority of American Jews, putting aside the Orthodox Jews who tend to vote Republican, their priority is mostly social issues, mostly liberal social issues.
Why?
Because that is the way they are. The American Jewish community is disconnected from its biblical heritage, whereas the Israeli community is much more connected, and that's what it comes down to.
You've got a frown on your face, as if you really don't approve of
Well,
this.
it's disturbing. It's disturbing for one who does feel very connected to his roots, and the fact that the Jewish people are the people that received the Ten Commandments from God on Mount Sinai, and I'm not ashamed to say that. I don't think it's something primitive. I don't think this is something that is in the history of the world. This is the cradle of Judeo-Christian civilization, and I think that that's something that American Jews would do well to read up about.
Okay. The Democrats are trying to figure out who's going to lead their party in the future. And one of the names that has surfaced is Keith Ellison. He's a congressman, and he is way out there on the left. And you've got that look on your face that says you've got something to say about Mr. Ellison. Speak.
Keith Ellison is a Muslim. He's a convert to Islam.
Yep.
And he's, yes, a congressman from Minnesota. The problem with Keith Ellison is that Keith Ellison's allegiances are more to the Islamic civilization than Judeo-Christian civilization. When he was sworn in, House Speaker at that time, Nancy Pelosi, allowed him to swear in on the Quran, which speaks, the Quran is the so-called holy book of Islam, which speaks of jihad and calls for jihad against all of what they call the unbelievers, which means all Jews, all Christians, anyone who is not a Muslim. That is what jihad means, and that is the core of the Quran. And I know there's sometimes Islamic spokesmen who you hear on television who will say, well, Islam doesn't really mean holy war against the unbelievers. Islam means self-reflection, spiritual self-reflection inside. Well, it's nonsense, you know, kind of like indigestion. The real meaning of jihad is holy war against against the unbelievers, and you can ask any honest Muslim and he will tell you that.
Okay, on your screen right now, ladies and gentlemen in the audience, that is Governor Mike Pence, of course. The Vice President-elect, I think that's the correct title, just arrived at Trump Tower. There's a huge meeting going on right there as we speak, and they're really talking about who to appoint for the senior positions in Mr. Trump's cabinet. This was moments ago. No, that was live. This is just moments ago, actually. But there you have it. Governor Pence is now in that meeting. We've just heard, literally about 20 minutes ago, that Ben Carson does not wish to be considered for any cabinet position. We thought he might go to education or health and human services. Not so. He's counted himself out. One last question to you, Mr. Rubin, former mayor of Shiloh in Israel. We have Steve Bannon, chief strategist for Donald Trump. The Democrats are railing against him, saying he's an anti-Semite. Well, you've had your say about Keith Ellison. What do you got to say about Steve Bannon?
I see absolutely nothing in Steve Bannon's record that says that he's anti-Semitic. I heard from the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, that they called him anti-Semitic. The ADL is just a band of knee-jerk liberals that tries to get its funding by claiming that everyone is anti-Semitic. It's absolute nonsense. And I think there's nothing to be concerned about.
With a smile on the face, the man says, just a band of knee-jerk liberals.
Well, that's what they are.
It's great to see you, David Rubin. It's great to see you. You're
Thank
all right.
you.
Come and see us again, sir. Thank you.
Will do.